Liverpool find themselves facing off with Chelsea at Wembley for the second time this season, winning the League Cup final in a penalty shootout. But Chelsea will be out for revenge, and with a Liverpool quadruple on the cards, there is still a lot of pressure on the Reds. What a final this could be. But let's look at how they got there first. This is Liverpool's road to the FA Cup final. Their first game, and that was against Shrewsbury Town. Liverpool played a rather young team for this game, so all eyes were on to see who could be the new Liverpool superstar. The game actually started with Shrewsbury throwing the first punch, getting a goal in the 27th minute. But after that, the game went quite as expected. Liverpool kept scoring, with the first goal coming from 17-year-old Katie Gordon, which was then followed up with a second with a pen from Fabinho before half-time. It was then sub Firmino who put the game to bed, making it 3-1 with a back-heeled effort from close range. Fabinho then went on to get a second from a headed effort, making the game 4-1 at full time, putting Liverpool through to the next round against Cardiff City. Now, Cardiff City were bound to be a slightly stronger opponent than Shrewsbury, stronger starting 11, and most of their team were first-team regulars in this game. The first half ended 0-0, with Liverpool having pretty much all of the ball, but they couldn't really seem to do anything with it. There were some great saves by Cardiff keeper Dylan Phillips, who kept them in it in the first half. Cardiff in the 19th minute had a great penalty shout that to this day many still think should have been given, and maybe left Cardiff thinking what could have been if they'd have scored first. But they didn't. Second half whistle came, and Liverpool come alive. A Jota header puts them 1-0 ahead in the 33rd minute. Then it was Takumi Minamino that gave them a 2-goal cushion, making it an uphill journey for the visitors. Harvey Elliott went and made it 3 in the 76th minute. Although Cardiff did get a consolation goal in the 80th from Ruben Caldwell, it wasn't enough. Cardiff out, and Liverpool progress. Probably as expected. On to the next round now, and Liverpool faced their first Premier League opponent in struggling Norwich in the 5th round. This game started off more open than people may have expected, with both teams having near misses. Liverpool hit the bar with a shot from Curtis Jones, and then a Norwich effort was put wide by Pukki. It was Minamino who got the first goal in this game, putting the Reds 1-0 up in the 26th minute, but he wasn't finished there and got a second in the 38th minute. The game was pretty much done at this point. Norwich start the half well, with some good efforts at goal. Rupp got them back into the game with a goal from just outside the box, but it was merely a consolation, and Liverpool win and go on to the quarter-finals. Not unlike Chelsea when they played Middlesbrough in their road to the FA Cup final, Liverpool's next game was against a bit of a giant killer in Nottingham Forrest, who knocked out Arsenal 1-0 and Leicester 4-1 in the competition this season, so they were not a team to be taken lightly. It took Liverpool all the way to the 78th minute for Jota to close the tie. Liverpool were on the front foot throughout, but with some amazing saves and class defending, Forest managed to keep the scoreline down. There was one notable chance for Nottingham Forest in the second half, with some amazing play, but the shot was just put wide, and that was the game. Liverpool through to the semi-finals. This semi-final was what many may have thought the final would be, actually. Man City versus Liverpool. The two best teams in the country. Two absolute giants of the game, facing off to get into the final. This was a great game for Liverpool. They outplayed and outworked City big time, with some amazing football in the first half. Konate scored an early header in the 9th minute, and then Mane made the game his own, getting 2 more goals to extend the lead to 3 in the first half. The first of Mane's goals came from an awful mistake from City's second-choice keeper Zach Steffen, who held the ball for way too long. Mane came in with a sliding tackle that connected with the ball, and that was enough to push it into the net. Very cheeky from Sadio Mane. Horrible mistake for the City keeper. The second half, and City did a pretty good job at trying to get back into the game. Grealish scored early on. However, Sterling's goal to make it 3-2 didn't come until the 97th minute. And at that point, it was too little too late for the citizens. 3-2 Liverpool, and they're through to the final, where they'll be facing Chelsea. That has been Liverpool's road to the FA Cup final. Thank you for listening, guys. Like if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, and let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the FA Cup final this year. It's going to be close. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and Facebook too, and we'll see you next time on Totally Legit Soccer.